ladies and gentlemen, ideally, I think we should not be here to discuss this subject. We should not be in a crisis. There should be no problem with our teachers, because this country is not in transition. We are not in a constitutional transition where we have no constitution and the institutions are in disarray. We are not in transition from war and conflict where our institutions have collapsed. We are not in transition from independence where we are just gaining independence and there are no institutions in place. This country is on a firm constitutional foundation where functions, responsibilities, and mandates are shared. And the mandate of providing teachers for our education was given by the Constitution to a constitutional commission, that is the Teachers Service Commission, was mandated to provide teachers for all the children who have constitutional right to education throughout the country. The Constitution did not anticipate that a commission or an institution given that responsibility will become reckless, stupid, arrogant, ignorant, and withdraw from its mandate and just abandon it and run away. What should happen is, if an institution finds that they cannot carry out a mandate which they were given, for whatever reason, they are supposed to transfer that function to either another institution or another level of government to carry out that function because they cannot carry it. But there's no provision for TSC to wake up one morning and decide that we are not going to have any teacher in northeastern Kenya. So what is supposed to happen? What is supposed to happen to the schools? Who told them that they have the right to write a circular or letters to teachers to withdraw? A teacher is employed individually. He is supposed to face his challenges individually. If he faces insecurity, he is supposed to apply to the Teacher Service Commission that have a challenge. It is supposed to be assessed on merit on that personal. There should be no collective decision on teachers in a region by an institution like that. Now that that has happened, and today we have no teachers in this region, and our minds have been so colonized that when something like that happens, we think that it's our mistake, it's our problem, we are supposed to find a solution, we are supposed to solve it. The mandates have been shared. The public who are here today are taxpayers. You are supposed to pay your money to the Kenya Revenue Authority in many ways, including indirect tax, because each one of you has taken tea this morning. The sugar you took is taxed. So you're all taxpayers. And the Teachers Service Commission is giving your money to employ teachers to come and teach our children. But we just leave them alone. We think that it is a right to withdraw their teachers. It is theirs and not ours. And we are supposed to find our solution ourselves. Anyway, now that the problem is there, there's basically nothing wrong in trying to find a solution. But what we are going to do, and we are going to pursue it vigorously, is that we are going to demand that the mandate or the function of employing teachers should be withdrawn from the Teacher Service Commission for this region. And we are going to do that in two processes. One, there's a clear legal process called the Intergovernmental Relations Committee. It's in Nairobi. It is supposed to solve disputes or issues between levels of government and institutions. We will take a case to them, present evidence that the Teachers Service Commission, which is supposed to employ teachers in northeastern Kenya, have clearly indicated that they cannot carry out that mandate and it should be transferred to the county governments of the 3 counties in this region. Their report is supposed to go to the summit, which is a meeting between the 2 levels of government, the president and the governors. And that summit is going to endorse that decision. And all the money for the teachers will be brought to the counties. We are going to employ them, and they are going to stay with us. Because as of today, I am told 50% of the teachers who are withdrawn from Garissa town by the TSC have not even left Garissa town, they are here. And they are seeking employment in private schools. So they are going to be paid by private schools, and they are going to be paid by the TSC because they are still in the payroll. This town has 500 private teachers employed by private schools who do not face any threat at all. And they're in the schools. Manara school here has 80 teachers, and only 1 is a local. 79 of them are non-locals, and none of them has gone anywhere. So TSC, in their arrogance, think that they know what they don't know. They're solving a problem which does not exist. In the process, they want to punish our children, and we are not going to allow it. The second process is on Monday, we are going to court, so that the court can punish TSC for negligence, and it is going to support us on the transfer of mandate. That is what we are going to do about the TSC and its problems. They no longer cater for us. We don't recognize them. We don't want to deal with them. We are going to employ our teachers. And that's the way we will go about it. In the short term, because this problem exists, I'm in agreement that we should employ UTs of C plane and above, and encourage our young people. I agree, although we have no budget for it, that the county government can pay them some stipend, some little allowance. We can pay their fees for them if they go on holidays to go and become teachers. And I'm sure within 2-3 years, maybe we will have teachers. But those teachers still should be employed by whoever has the function or the mandate to employ teachers to teach our schools. And that's not the county government today. If that function is transferred, we are going to employ them. There is a reason why we are unable to employ ECDs. And instead, we are going for the UTs whom we are going to pay some allowance. Our government is over-established. Our public service is bloated. The law allows us to spend only 35% of our budget on salaries. Currently, we are at 52%. Those are mistakes which have happened. We don't want to apportion blame, but the fact remains that we cannot employ anybody. But we can pay casuals like UT teachers differently outside the payroll. That's why we want to go for that option. On security, yes, we have a security challenge, but not in all parts of the county. And even where we have the challenge, I want to thank the local stakeholders. We held a meeting on the 19th of last month. We discussed this issue. We agreed that as a community, we are going to play a bigger role in our own security. We made recommendations out of that. And what that proposal says, we are going to have an enhanced unit of National Police Reserve, consisting of local young men who will face this problem. I'm happy to note that last Friday, Part 1, the national government has approved our plan. And we are going to move on it, and within the next 1 or 2 months, we shall have a fully operational local unit of the National Police Reserve, properly trained, properly equipped, centralized, and be able to face this problem. So I would like to thank the local communities for taking bigger responsibilities, but we would all like to play a bigger role in our own security. About the local employees of the county government, I think that is going to be just symbolic rather than solving a problem. I don't think there are too many. The deputy governor can go to Garissa High School. It's just some support to show that maybe we are responding to the problem. Even me, I'm a UT teacher. In 1980, from January to March for 3 months, I was employed as a UT teacher for 240 shillings. So even me, I can call myself a teacher, although it was only for 3 months. We can volunteer, we can serve, we can support, but that can only be symbolic. We would like to know the number of teachers needed in our schools. And then when we know the numbers, we will see what we are going to pick for the UT program. Because currently we don't know where the need is, how many there are in the registered schools and unregistered schools. So let us have that statistics, and we're going to make a decision, I think, in the coming week. And we're going to pick a certain number, pay them a certain amount, let them teach, and we want to encourage them to go for training, and we're going to pay the fees for them fully, for those who are going for education. I think in the long term, that will create a pool of local teachers who should be able to respond to our educational needs. So thank you very much. We will move together. I'm happy the way the stakeholders have come together to respond to this crisis, which has been imposed on us, which is unnecessary, as I said, but we are going to face it in many ways, and I'm sure we are going to triumph and overcome it. Finally, and this has nothing to do with education, we have a BBI coming to Garissa on 23rd. The people in Northeast are always accused of being status quo. We support the government of the day. Our needs are too much. Our environment is hostile. We have a crisis every other day. We need the government. We are fully behind the BBI in its mandate to unite Kenyans. And we are going to be visited on the 23rd by the national leaders who are promoting or popularizing BBI. We are going to have a rally here. We are going to meet cross-sections of the local communities to mobilize to ensure that we are all supportive of this program. And I would like to invite all of you to take part in the BBI program. I know many of you have your own political positions. And the time for politics will come. We are only now uniting the country. That's what BBI is doing. And for Garissa people, our own senator chairs the BBI. And that makes it ours more than anybody else. So for that reason alone, I think we should be in the forefront in ensuring that the program and the visit and the rally and the meeting are successful. We're going to ensure that happens. We need your support. We'll meet you in your diversity, the leaders. We met the MPs in Nairobi. We're going to meet the MCS. We'll meet the disabled. We are going to meet the youth tomorrow. We'll meet the women. We'll meet the elders. We'll meet the ulama. But let us all be in it together for the good of this country, and let's play our role. And for Garissa, I think apart from the chairman of BBI being our senator, we have been chosen as the host of the Northeastern Region BBI. I think that's a privilege. I have been nominated by the president to lead that program for the whole region. That is another privilege. We are considered as the senior-most county in this region. So I think we should have a successful rally. Our small politics and the issues and our clanism, the things which divide us, they're unfortunate, but they are there. They can wait for another day. I think we can unite on this and benefit from the unity of the BBI. With those few remarks, thank you very much.